Hello, and a very warm welcome back to Deep Dive. Imagine you encounter a creature with 3 hearts, its blood is blue, and it can squeeze its entire body through a space the size of its own eye. No, this isn't an alien from a distant planet. This creature lives right here, on Earth, in the depths of our oceans. But I promise you, it is stranger and more intelligent than any alien you have ever imagined. By the end of this video, you will never look at an octopus as just a simple sea creature again. You will understand why scientists consider it the closest thing to an alien intelligence on Earth, and how this animal, with its incredibly short life, has managed to break all the rules of the animal kingdom. This isn't just a nature documentary, it's a journey into the mind of a being that seems to have come from a completely different line of evolution. So stay with me. When we think of an intelligent animal, we usually picture chimpanzees, dolphins, or crows. Animals with large, complex brains that typically live long lives, giving them time to learn. Now I want you to set that common belief aside. The octopus is different from all of them. It's an invertebrate, meaning it's more closely related to snails and slugs than to us, yet it demonstrates an intelligence that has left scientists in shock. Let's start with an example that shows the depth of this. In the wild, the coconut octopus has been observed carrying 2 halves of a coconut shell. At first it looks strange. Why would it carry such an awkward extra load? But then, when a predator approaches, the octopus quickly pulls the 2 halves together, hiding itself inside. A mobile suit of armor. This isn't just tool use, this is planning for the future. It anticipated that it might need this tool later. This level of strategic thinking in an invertebrate is like seeing an ant build itself an umbrella because it checked the weather forecast. This presents a huge knowledge gap. How could a creature whose last common ancestor with us was likely a worm have evolved such complex intelligence? To answer that question, we first need to dissect its bizarre brain. Actually, it doesn't have just one brain. The octopus has 9 brains, 1 central brain in its head, and 8 smaller mini-brains, 1 in each of its arms. More than 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are distributed throughout its arms. This means each arm can think and act independently of the others. Imagine if you could be drinking your coffee, while your right hand was solving a math problem, and your left hand was playing the piano, all without you consciously thinking about it. This is a completely different model of intelligence, a distributed, parallel processing power. The arms of an octopus don't just move, their suckers can taste, smell, and touch. Each arm is an independent, thinking, sensing creature, gathering information on its own, but this is just the beginning. This strange intelligence has given it another extraordinary power. A power more masterful than any magician's trick, camouflage. When we say camouflage, we might think of a chameleon changing its color. But what the octopus does is on another level entirely. It doesn't just change its color, it changes the texture and shape of its skin in less than a second. It can become rough and bumpy like a rock, or smooth and flowing like seaweed. How is this possible? The octopus's skin contains millions of pigment sacs called chromatophores, each one acting like a single pixel on a screen. The octopus's brain, like an advanced graphics card, controls these pixels to paint a perfect image of its surroundings onto its own skin. It doesn't just copy the image it sees, it becomes a part of the image itself. But even more astonishing is the mimic octopus. This one doesn't just camouflage, it changes its identity. By altering its shape and movements, it impersonates other animals. If a predatory fish approaches, the octopus can make itself look like a venomous sea snake, which is the natural enemy of that fish. In effect, it reads the predator's mind and transforms into its worst nightmare. What would you do if you were that fish? This isn't just biology anymore, it's psychology. It is using deception and mental manipulation to survive. So, with all this intelligence and talent, you would expect the octopus to live a long, celebrated life, right? Like a wise philosopher of the sea, passing its knowledge down through generations. But this is where the story takes its most tragic turn. Almost all octopus species have incredibly short lifespans, typically only 1 to 2 years. And the greater tragedy is that they die shortly after reproduction. The mother devotes all her energy to guarding her eggs, eating nothing, and passes away just after her babies hatch. The father usually doesn't live much longer either. This means that every single baby octopus is born an orphan. There are no parents to teach it how to hunt, how to hide, or how to use tools. There is no transfer of knowledge between generations. Every octopus must learn all of these complex skills entirely on its own, from scratch, during its short life. This is an unexpected and mind-boggling detail. All of this wondrous intelligence is reborn in every generation, and then completely lost with the death of that generation. It's as if nature creates a genius each time, only to erase its journal. And now, we reach the climax of our story and the answer to that big question. Where did this alien intelligence come from? Remember the promise from the start of the video? The octopus's greatest secret isn't in its brains or its arms, its ultimate secret is in its blood, in its genes. Scientists have discovered that octopuses possess an almost unique ability in the animal kingdom. They can actively edit their own genetic code, specifically their RNA. Let me simplify. DNA is like the master blueprint, the main instruction manual that is fixed. RNA is the messenger that carries instructions from that manual to the cell's factories. Almost all living things are faithful to the master blueprint, but the octopus cheats. It edits the instructions while they are in transit. It can adapt to its environment on the fly without needing to wait for generations of evolution. For example, if the water gets colder, it can edit the RNA in its brain to make its nervous system work better at that temperature. This ability has come at a cost, a much slower rate of DNA evolution. Their DNA evolves very slowly because they found a way to cheat the system, a kind of biological hack. This is why they have remained so strange and different for millions of years. Instead of changing the master blueprint, they learn to read the story differently each time, depending on their needs. It's a completely different strategy for survival, an intelligence that operates at the cellular and genetic level. So the octopus isn't just a creature with 9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood. It is a lonely genius that rediscovers the world in every generation, a master of transformation that blurs the line between itself and its environment. And most importantly, it's a biological hacker that bypasses the fundamental rules of evolution itself. This topic goes so much deeper than this. Thank you for staying with us on this incredible journey into the world of the octopus. Here at Deep Dive, we are truly proud to have each and every one of you in our community. We love you all. If this video blew your mind, be sure to hit the like button and let us know in the comments which feature of the octopus amazed you the most. And if you're not part of our family yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dives. Perhaps the next time you look at a living creature, you'll remember that intelligence doesn't come in just one form. And perhaps the strangest minds are the ones living in silence and solitude, deep in our world.